Hello, everyone. Quick video here. Um, I have a court case for something that happened a couple of weeks ago. So on YouTube here, I'm not going to disclose the details of it. Later, when my court date is done, then I can disclose all the information. I wanted to share with you, and I'm going to put this document on Gumroad. A lot of people that are in this understanding, they have this document, but if you're new to all this information, then welcome. And even the court case pending or now, it is a good idea to learn all this because you never know with what's going on out on the streets. You might find yourself in this situation. Of course, I'm talking about if you're not harmed anyone or their property. This is non-criminal, even though they charge you with criminal things, like in my case, which completely out of reach, just completely, for just, no insurance or your tag, like I have a DOT tag, it's a crime. 10 days in jail and all this crap. Understand that in natural law, in common law, if you have harmed anyone, then you have to face the consequences. Even hitting someone, it is in common law, in natural law, in God's law, it is considered a crime. So, I mean, if you hit someone, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't touch anyone. Do not commit any felonies. But if you have a case, or if you don't, and you want to learn a little bit, it's trial and error. This is my first time that I have encountered this. So I'm searching a lot of venues, a lot of not venues, but a lot of ways to do this. So you probably, if you're not new to this information, you probably have this document, but I am going to share it with you, kind of look it over. It's a lot of information, but um, I'm posting things for people to get informed, be ready when they violate your rights and your constitutional rights. But they don't care about that. Courts, they don't care about that. So I'm looking. I still have a few weeks to prepare. Uh, so anyway, I'm not going to talk about my case, but I'm going to share with you this document. A lot of people, like I said, they have it. But if you don't, it's 60 ways. I've had it in my Google Drive for a while, and it's called 60 Ways to win a court case. It's a lot of information here, okay, that you can use. But just read it, understand it. And I have other documents in Gumroad that you want to look at it. Study, understanding what's going on in the courts right now. So 60 ways to shut down a court case. It's they kind of whoever created this not mine, but whoever created this compile this information in one document. So just be mindful that it's not like uh, different ways to do, to answer to the judge and stuff like that. So one is I like it that they put this right here on all the 60 ways to shut down a case. Only answer questions, and if they're always in court, they always want to distract you for what you're doing. Okay. So I like that they put this on the top. For the record, may I ask? You have to object, and this is a good way to. Is Your Honor trying to limit my defense based on what fact or law? That's the objection kind of thing that I am going to use in my case. So, like I said, this is information that you want to understand. Now, the first thing that you want to do in a case, either criminal or civil case, you will want to understand what's going on in there. It's all administrative. It's all about the money in a way. So they create bonds. Okay, they create several bonds, but the one that is that you want to focus on is the surety bond. So there's a lot of ways to deal with that. You can try administrative process for that court case that you can put in your court case. On my gun road, I have the papers that I have put in place on my court case. Usually, you don't hear from them, and that's what's going on in my case. But even though it's in there, one of the things that you want to do also, it's before like that same day, you can put things in the docket, like mm, uh, motion to dismiss or a writ and stuff like that. So all this paper will tell you this is very complex right here. But there's other documents, like I said, on my Road that can help you, decide depending on what kind of case you have, decide what to do. So I have researched everything, put motions and all that. Um, so I pretty much understand what's going on and everything. You can also express a trust, subrogation. It's things that I use in the administrative process. So check out my gun rule for that. And so we just see how it goes. So get this document, get informed. This is everybody, share it with everybody. This is free information. So I'm not going to go over because it's a lot of things, but you want to be informed. This is very raw and very, very precise, but this is like, in your face kind of document. But like I said, you have to keep in honor. That's what I'm trying to do, to keep in honor with those situations. Keep in honor, have a strong voice, and I have helped people through the cases. So this is my own personal one. That's my first time, but I have helped people and they have told me that it has worked, what they've done. So according to my experiences with other people's that I kind of, it is not legal advice. I'm not a attorney. This is for entertainment purposes only, but I have helped people to do these things and they have it had worked. It has worked. So see your options. If you have any questions, email me. Like I said, I'm saying from my own experiences here. It's not legal advice, like I said, but there's strategies that you want to look for. Depends on what you charge with. So if it's a simple ticket, things like that, there are elements to the to the case. So you wanna, kind of Google, like in my case, I was charged with something ridiculous, but anyway, I'm not gonna say it. I would say it after the court date, because then I can just speak freely, because now they're looking at your social media and all that stuff, they're tracking you, So have you upload the video? Like I have a video of what happened. I haven't uploaded or anything like that because it's just going, it has to be dismissed and everything before I can even talk about it because it's just they'll find you anywhere in social media. So be careful with that. Speaking out before your court date. So make sure you understand the charges. Like I said, not when you have harmed anybody. So in my case, there's usually three elements to the charge, and then you want to find out, the elements of it and where they have missed the mark in the elements. Like in my case, it's that's the officer. What is the officer? A low. What is it called? Oh gosh. My English is sometimes um a law enforcement. Did he have a right to stop you lawfully because he's in law enforcement, he's a sheriff or whatever. Remember the sheriff, they give an oath to the Constitution, so that's a little bit different. In my case, it was a sheriff that stopped me, so I can do things with that. And office, so there's elements to your charge. There's elements of your. Okay, hold on. It's just that I'm talking to. Okay. So you want to find out the elements of the charge, like if the officer is a public officer, uh, is he acting in the course of their official duties? That will be like the first element in my case. You have to find out your charge elements. The officers was performing a lawful duty. Uh, in my case, no, it was unlawful. It was unlawful, so I can discuss that. That does he have a reasonable suspicion for a stop, probable cause for an arrest, or things like that? So you have to find the elements, and it's good to study it. And of course, the course of action. Did he file a course of action? Uh, what is the specific valid cause of action against me? Things like that. So, like if you find yourself where you can put the officer on in the stand, did you file a valid cause of action against me? Yes or no? This is what you would ask. Let me look it up here. It's right here on this document. If you put the officer on the stand. Now I like this because this outlines very well, contempt of court. Of course, they're going to say something about that. So in case of contempt of court, you will ask them, is it a criminal contempt of court? Is it criminal or civil? Because if it is criminal, then they will need a claim, like a victim, an actual victim. If it's contempt of court, that's their main game, contempt of court. And that's a little bit delicate because it will bring 6 months to a year in jail. But you can, if you understand what you're doing, you can defend that. So as the judge, if they tell charge you would tell you, not charge you, but tell you that if you have contempt of court, and right here, um, so it's okay. This is a great question to ask the policeman. So did you file cause of action against me? Yes or no? What is the specific of the cause against me? How many elements are there? See, that's this what I'm talking about, the elements. So in my case, the three elements. So one of them, like I said, did you filed? I'm sorry. Are you a police officer? Were you in your duties? Did you have a valid reason, a valid, reason for stopping me and stuff like that. I won't go into my case because I can't. Um, so this is all the questions that they ask you. So this is a very good document. A valid cause of action being stated, like the plaintiff cannot lawfully make a legal claim against all of its defendant without what? A valid cause of action, uh, along with all the required elements. So you have to find out the elements of your charge. Statements indicating that the alleged defendant actions match all the elements that cause of the cause of action have been satisfied. So they can't go on if you don't have all that. So this is but I want to share the contempt of court. This is great. You have to understand what's going on. This is what they will throw at you. For the record, I am sorry, Your Honor. Have I acted dishonorably? Is this contempt of court? The judge might throw you that at you. Is that a criminal contempt or civil contempt? So if it's criminal, if he answers, you have to wait for the answer. Who makes the claim? What is the crime? Who is the injured party judge? And then if he says it's a civil matter, it's a civil contempt of court, where is the contract between you and me? Did I agree to any terms of the contract, judge? I do not wish to I do not wish to be found either in contempt of the law or in contempt of this court. How can I be found in contempt if I am not following the law, if I am following the law and rules before me? So this is what you would do contempt. Okay. Okay. I have to pause here because there is a better way. That's what I'm going to do. There's just a better way. This is just a lot of information, a lot of ways that you can do it, but subrogation is probably the best that will work. If you want to find out how to do the subrogation, there's documents that I can share with you. And I have, like I said, on Gumroad, all the administrative process that I have done in my case and includes subrogation administrative before the court date. So if you want that, I do charge for those documents because I have created in my own and created them in my own case. So if you like to learn how to do that and put them in the doc, have that. But of course, these people in course, like a dismiss, motion to dismiss. If you put it, you have to put it early, but then at the same time, they will know what's your plan. So putting a motion to dismiss like at the same day of your court is a great tool that you can have. You could also ask the judge if you're not using subrogation, you can ask for a motion hearing. When they say they're going to reschedule this thing, they said, can we reschedule it with with the motion hearing? Or to treat the motions at the beginning of your rescheduling court. But you want to avoid rescheduling all this crap. I say, so subrogation is what I'm doing. Uh, this is a very powerful thing because it's just a very short script. You just have to hold on to the script. And like I said, after the fact, after my court date, I can disclose what I did, what happened, and all that. So I cannot say it's a win right now because I'm working on it. I'm just trying to tell you all the things that you can do. So I'm going to put this document in Gumroad so you study it. I want everybody to understand, like I'm understanding these things. I have checked out also my playlist on this YouTube channel, and I'm uploading videos about all this that I'm talking about, subrogation and stuff. It's all on YouTube. So check my playlist, and it's one that is called Court Cases, and I'm uploading all this information from what I have gathered. Uh, with the Telegram groups and all that. If email me if you want to get into Telegram where you can learn, how to defend yourself, what's going on in the court system if you're new to this information about the bonds and all that. So my goal here is to help you out. I don't want you to go through what I have done. I mean, I've gone through, but sometimes you have to go through it because only like as a human person, as a human being, you in the flesh. Because little by little, I want to advocate for people that have wrongfully been incarcerated. So only in the flesh you go through these things. I think I manifested this thing because I've been learning how to be an advocate about people that are wrongfully incarcerated. So I think I manifested this because I've been thinking, well, I don't have that experience of going through all this in the flesh, and now I have, and now I'm going to have a court date and all that. So I'll share more about my case that can help you with it. So the best thing right now is to, one of the things I do, and I'm getting into it, it's, you know, learn the procedures, the federal procedures of court procedures because in your state also. Um, because you will want to know if you learn that, uh, the civil procedures, the federal civil procedures. You can download that on the internet and read about it. It's a long document, but learn about that and also your state. all the codes and all the statutes and all that, because not because you're going to use them in court, but because you want to know what they're up to. That will let you know what they're doing. Because once you understand the your state, then you will understand, oh, they're gonna go here, they're gonna go there, they're gonna go this, according to the people that I helped, and they have given me feedback of what happened in the court, not my own personal experience, but I will have that opportunity to to go through it. So, like I said, I'm doing subrogation. It's something that I'm getting ready for, and so I thank you for being here in my channel. I do a lot of ministry on the streets. I give out my YouTube business cards. So if you're here, that you got one of my business cards, I mean, my cards on the streets. Here I am. I'm real when I talk to you on the streets. This is who I am, and I thank you. I just talked to a person in the library when I was in the city. And if you're here, if you're listening to this video, I say hi to you when I talk to you. We're parked in the library in certain city. So if you're here, I told him, and there was another lady at the library when I was, you know, getting documents for my case and stuff. I also gave them my card, so check out my YouTube video and my TikTok. So welcome if you're that person listening to this. You might want to do a comment. Comment right here. Hey, this is me that I talked to you in the library and stuff like that. So thank you, thank you. I'm gonna spread my really goal here is to spread this information because you are being railroaded on the streets. You're wrongfully charged with criminal charges that they're not criminal. Believe me, in the state of North Carolina, if you don't have insurance, 10 days in jail. It is ridiculous. It's an administrative thing that you can put, if you have no insurance kind of thing, you can put a document to say, yes, I have insurance now, I got insurance now, or something like that. So 10 days for no insurance, it's just and it's a criminal charge. That is ridiculous. It is administrative. So things like that, they're railroading you. And this is what I want. I want not I want to be like famous or anything, but I want to learn all these things. I'm still have a lot to learn. We learn every single day. But if you're here with me and hear my voice and it resonates with you, then stay here on my channel and go to my TikTok and we can just learn together. Um, so I'm ready to help. Like I said, I do charge a little bit, just because I draft documents and I'm learning how to draft documents and how to do this and how to do that. So check out all my playlists that I'm gonna do about court cases that I'm trying to put them on my playlist so you listen to some of the things that you can do and fight the overreach and the criminal behavior or of the law enforcement out there. Not all cops are bad, not all cops, but a lot of them have this high, they think they're God. And in a sense, we all are all gods. That's why they have to, but you cannot be considered a thing a God and railroad the rights of the people because you're in a higher um, rank or whatever. You're sovereign. You have rights. You're a child of God. If you have a good heart, like I said, my channel is not for somebody that is a criminal that wants, revenge and wants to hurt people and have this wicked heart. This is not me. This is for people that, yes, they have maybe committed something wrong because they got upset or something, but this for people that also repent. We have to repent sometimes of the mistakes that we make. So this is for you. So if you want to learn a little bit about it, all the things that I've learned, I can share it with you. So email me. And I guess this video is getting too long. All right. So get this document on Gumroad. Very important. Have a great day.